One of the stars of the film who plays teenager Mo Bangery is here. Please give a warm welcome to Naomi Scott. Naomi, in town for the premiere last night. How did it go?
Oh, it was really great. It was just great to be back in London, and just to see the buzz. You know, it's not even come out yet, and all the kids, and I think they all really enjoyed it, so it was awesome, yeah.
I think it's going to be huge. But let's go back to the beginning, which wasn't that long ago, because you're only 18. You've done so much already. Yeah. When did you get into acting? When did you get into music? I
was about 14, and music has always been my passion, and I was singing at this event, and the lady that's now my agent, Kelly Bryan, was doing an interview, and it was kind of one of those things where they asked me to sing as kind of an item, and I was like, oh, do I have to sing, you know? And then I did, and she heard me sing, and it kind of went from there, and I was put on her books, and
Kelly used to be, a lot of people think, I heard that, yeah, she used to be in Eternal.
She was in Eternal, the girl group Eternal. So it's great as well, because she's got loads of like tips in terms of, she's done it, you know.
Good at spotting talent.
Yeah.
And so you weren't a theatre school kind of child growing up in that environment?
No, not at all. I never went to stage school, nothing like that. I like sung in church and, you know, played piano and all of that sort of thing. But no, I went to a normal state school, and we had a really brilliant music programme and department, so I think that's what really... Yeah.
Your parents helped run a church group?
Yes, well my dad's a minister, so he's a pastor, so yeah, I grew up in the kind of... We have a community venue, so we always did like lots of events for the community, and never kind of thought that an opportunity would arise from that, but
and they're incredibly supportive.
They're amazing, yeah. We really talk through everything as a family, and they're so supportive of me as a person, not necessarily just purely, you know, career-based, career-driven. It's good to have that grounding as, yeah.
So tell us how the audition came about, and how you went from singing in a church group to appearing in, you know, Hollywood, effectively.
I've jumped there. Yeah, well, my current manager actually procured the opportunity, and he was just researching different actresses, like London actresses, and stumbled upon me, he got the breakdown for Lemonade Mouth, made the connection. You know, he didn't know I could do an American accent either, which is quite funny. So I'd never done an American accent for an audition either.
So you didn't know that you could do one?
I was always kind of like joking around, you know, mimicking things, but I never actually thought I could really pull it off. So I just did anyway. I just went for it. I was like, do you know what?
But it wasn't a normal audition, was it?
No. So I actually had an audition over Skype, which was such a surreal experience, and I kind of walked in, and there's this screen with all these executives sitting around the table, and it was strange because I'm sure there was like a delay as well, so that probably made me sound like a right weirdo, but you know, it kind of paid off.
Obviously worked. That's what they were looking for.
I know, and I think they took a risk as well, and I didn't realise just the extent of that, and yeah, so it kind of...
They said come over and play the part of Mo. So tell us a bit about Mo and her character. All these kids are in detention.
Yeah.
So they want something a bit naughty.
Yeah, but she's not at all, though. She's the, like, goody-goody. She's,
There she is, with her mates.
There she is. Look at her. Oh, gosh, in all her glory. No, she got in detention because she snuck out of school with her boyfriend. But, I totally just gave away that, but, you know, it's all good. Yeah, and so... She's kind of the one she's really into her studies, she's academic, she's very smart, intelligent, and she really doesn't like getting into trouble, so that was like a massive thing, as opposed to like Stella, who's the kind of go-getter, the leader of the pack. And yeah, she plays bass and she sings in the band, and she really, like, throughout the film as well, she develops in terms of her confidence, and she's trying to find her identity as well.
And there's an important message in the film.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that's what's great, is it's kind of about friendship and about kind of how all the kids are from completely different walks of life, that they're all completely different, and they complement each other really well, and it's just about the journey that they go on as a band and as individuals as well, so... Yeah, it's
so that was important to you, presumably,
definitely.
to send a really good message.
Yeah, no, of course, and I think hopefully that's why kids can relate, because, you know, not every kid is the popular kid in school. You know, there's always the kids that are not even necessarily weird or strange, but just kind of a bit different, or haven't really found their place, and I think that's what's...
But in Lemonade Mouth,
yeah,
they all find
Mouth,
their place there. So
yeah.
We just saw a picture of them all there, and they all look interesting characters. I imagine you got on very well as a group. You had to kind of get that that chemistry. So you've all been in London for the premiere. So most of them aren't from London,
no.
simply. So what do they make of your hometown?
They loved it. Like, they were so excited to come. Adam actually comes all the time because he's got family here. But it was so funny. I was kind of tested on London because we were on this tour bus and they were like, "So, Nay, like, what's that?" And I was literally like, that's a building. I even forgot the name of Nelson's column. That's so bad. I was just like, oh, come on, Nay, pull it together. Because, you know, they were expecting me to just know everything.
You won't be doing the duck tour, will you?
No, I'm not.
If you're in between jobs, a lot of actors do that, but obviously that's not for you.
Yeah, I think we kind of take it for granted, the fact that, you know, if you live in London, you don't usually go and look at the sites.
So it was a bit of an education for you.
I was like, oh, this is nice.
Speaking of education, you've been a bit busy in the last year, which should have been your A-level year.
Yeah. So
did you manage to sit any exams? Or?
I did my ASs, and I haven't been able to complete my full A-level, but I'll definitely gonna
at some point. But
yeah,
I think fame is pulling, obviously, because you're off to Australia today to finish off filming this new Steven Spielberg epic, which is costing something ridiculous, like $200 million a second to film. And this is all about dinosaurs, and it's very much a kind of animated. But with real people in it. How does that work? Yeah,
no, it's very real. It's very it's basically like a sci-fi about a family of 5 that it's set in 2149, so it's set in the future, but they go back 85 million years into the past because they found a hole in the space-time continuum. You know, I've learnt that. I've learnt a lot since being on the show about dinosaurs. Yeah, they go back in time, and there's a settlement called Terra Nova, and it's about them starting again, and it's really kind of based on the characters and the family and the struggle.
You just said to me, I'm coming back home in October. I don't think you're going to be spending much time at home. If you're involved in an epic American series, you're going to be all over the States, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to kind of... it's so important. I really want to spend some time at home and have some downtime. That's always really important. But I'm going to probably be back and forth constantly to promote it. And it's strange because they're both... Lemonade Mouth and Terra Nova are both coming out very similar times in the UK. So that's going to be strange as well. And
there's a CD of the music coming out from Lemonade Mouth.
Yes, the soundtrack's already out.
Okay.
The film comes out the 16th of September and DVD 26th.
Naomi, you're going to be all over the place. I'm so glad we got you here first.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, it's great to speak to you, and you're an inspiration, obviously, working very hard at it as well. So keep fresh, keep working hard. Stay with us, will you, as well? Don't go anywhere for now. Now, later on, Dr. Max Pemberton will be here to answer any of your mental health questions. So maybe if you feel you're suffering from seasonally affective disorder, SAD, and you're anxious about the dark, shorter days ahead, you could give him a call. Maybe you're worried about how to deal with a relative's dementia. Well, Dr. Max can offer his tips on how to cope. So give us a call now, 0207 173 5555. After the break, why the simplest of things, like a picnic in the park or a hug from a friend or even an ice cream, as Kirsty has there, a hug from a stranger for Kirsty, can make you smile. That's all coming up. We'll see you after the ads.